Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast with great movies and great guests. Every week I bring on three interesting people, give them three movies, and challenge them to pull out the most obscure actors they can. The deeper the cut, the more points they earn. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, despite it being such a huge burden, Alex Young. Welcome back to the show, Alex.
I'm glad to hear that. I feel like that was a very personal attack because how much of a burden this show is.
I was just looking at our most recent text exchange where that was literally the last thing you said.
I can qualify with summer. The summer schedule is a burden.
Well, I will tell you this, Alex. Summer doesn't officially start till this weekend, so you can shove it. Despite it being 100 degrees in Tucson, Arizona, where one of our guests is from tonight. So, what's going on with you, Alex?
Not much. I have a question that I kind of want to throw out to just everybody, the listeners, you, Craig, our guest, everybody. Just I'm curious if anybody actually has an answer for me. But I recently saw Disclosure Day.
I'm sorry for your loss.
You know what? I actually quite liked it, and I liked it for the following reason: because it hits. It's. I don't want to say it's a genre, but I really like the structure of that movie, and I feel like. Basically the type of movie that like drops the audience in with very little information, and it's like, we're gonna give you info, but right now we gotta get the fuck out of Dodge. And it's like 45 minutes before there's really anything explained. It's just we're on the run from someone or something. I really like that. Midnight Special is another great example where you're just kind of like dropped into it, and we're on the run with Joel Edgerton and Michael Shannon, and we're shooting cops and we're running away. I'm like, I don't know if these are good guys. That's a great ride. Mission Impossible, the original Mission Impossible, first like 40 minutes, I feel like is similar. What is that called? Is that a genre? Is that an anything? Because I really dig it, and I'd love for someone to be like, yeah, it's called.
I mean, it's like a deep use of in media res, right? Starting as if the first act was already happened. Because that's, I mean, with the Spielberg thing, it does feel like it starts immediately in the second act, and he trusts the audience to know what's what and kind of run with it. But as for a specific term, that's a good question. Genre-wise, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a genre or more just like
starter's pretty good.
Yeah, like it's a plot device more so than a specific genre.
I'm sure you can. It works for me.
Yeah, you could probably go through a bunch of different movies and find examples of that. And I wonder, do they always work? Because I wonder if sometimes people write it because they're like, I don't know how we got here. I just like the idea of being at this point in the movie. And sometimes you get to the end and you're like, we never really found out why, right? And that could be irritating as a viewer, I think.
Well, quite a few audience members, Jeff, might say that Disclosure Day did not work.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
So
I admire what Spielberg was going for, but I don't think, for me, the attempt landed. And I don't want to go on and on about it immediately. But yeah, it felt a little... I don't know. If only the trailer hadn't spoiled the one singular coolest shot or visual in the whole film, maybe I would have liked it more.
And God, I haven't watched trailers in like 5 years, and it's been
that's good of you.
I can't do it. I have to do it.
Yeah, I similarly, I'm so curious or morbidly curious, but trailers do tend to, If I had gone into that completely blind, no doubt my reaction would have been different. So.
Well, I haven't seen anything, and I probably won't see the movie in theater. Because I just who's got time?
Every movie's better in the theater, man.
I understand.
I'm glad I saw it at home. That was a nicer experience.
Craig, I just don't have time. Like,
this is my longest stretch that I haven't seen a movie in the theater in I don't know how long.
I think the process, and we haven't even invited in our guests yet, but just the idea of going to a movie, and even now with the like, okay, I've purchased my ticket and I've got my seat. It's just such a long process to go see a movie in a theater. Like you're looking at a movie that I don't know how long is Disclosure Day? 220. So okay,
I feel every minute.
I get to the theater. It takes me 10 minutes to get to the theater. I buy some snacks. That's 10 minutes. I sit down and I'm also the guy like I can't just show up when the movie's supposed to starting, which we don't know when.
You gotta settle in.
So I'm settled in, and I'm almost done my snacks by the time the movie starts because you sit through commercials and
sometimes they're 20 minutes.
I know. So I'm an hour into my night kind of before the movie is started. So even if it's a 7:10 start, it's 7:35 by the time that movie starts rolling, and now it's 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, dude, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I just want to
Sounds
go
to
to
me
bed.
like the problem is the snacks, because that's eating up your time. You're also
It's not, but I would
eating them.
I would still get to the movie when like at the latest when the trailers are starting.
Also, Jeff, I'm about to blow your mind. Did you know sometimes there's movies in the afternoon? It's new. It's crazy.
Alex, I don't want to go down this.
5.
I don't want to go down this path of our different careers as they are right now. One of us works for about a third of what he used to work for, and has to walk dogs to supplement his income, and therefore works all the fucking time.
Bring the dogs to the movies.
So
man. They'd love it.
When I hear people in your previous, our previous employee talk about like, oh, I can't believe I have to work 8 hours a day. I scoff and laugh at these people because 8 hours a day sounds like a dream. Anyway, let's get the fuck off this and get to the good stuff. We're going to bring in Craig Smeaton real quick. Craig, welcome back to the show. We haven't seen you in a few weeks. It feels like just yesterday, but it was like back in April, I think, the last time you were on.
It was a while. I was too bad you pivoted, because I was going to do my best Dr. Orna face from couples therapy with you and Alex and kind of really, you know, where did you go? Where did you go, Alex, when he said that?
Let's not. We don't need to break up this happy pair on tonight's episode. But more importantly, let's bring it. No, not more importantly, but our special guest tonight. I always say weird stuff like that, and I can't help it, Craig. I'm sorry. Tonight's guest is a writer and director, Charles A. Pieper, a filmmaker whose work blends horror, comedy, and practical effects into unforgettable genre experiences. Charles is best known for co-writing the Shudder original film Destroy All Neighbors, and for his acclaimed horror short Malakastraka.
Close.
Pretty good. Okay,
let me. That's the way I pronounce it.
Then it's correct, because that's which earned recognition on the festival circuit. With a background in stop-motion animation, creature effects, and independent filmmaking, Charles brings a unique perspective on crafting imaginative stories and bringing monsters to life on screen. We're excited to talk movies, filmmaking, and the creative process with Charles tonight. Charles, thank you very much for being here, or Charlie, as we're going by tonight. All the way from Tucson, Arizona, where I understand it is freaking hot. Right.
Yeah, I moved to Tucson at the start of last year. I'd been living in Los Angeles since 2009, but the fires were the last straw, and I literally fled them. I wasn't as close to some others, but I was close enough. And I had old college friends here in Tucson, so I crashed with them for a couple of days, and then it just dawned on me I could just move here. I've been in LA long enough. I don't regret that I spent that much time there, but I was over it. The writing was on the wall, literally, in huge fiery letters. And yeah, it's hotter here, but it's nicer, it's friendlier, it's cheaper. I've been able to be more creative. I've gotten more paid work here in Tucson through connections than I had the last couple of years in LA. So yeah, Tucson is where I'm going to be, at least as a base of operations. And hopefully I'll travel around with other films and scripts as they take off, because a lot of things are percolating right now.
Nice. I'm gonna ask you about that. We had Josh Forbes on. When was that, Alex? Beginning of the year, fairly close to the beginning of the year, I think. Like maybe back in February or March. And you worked with him on Destroy All Neighbors, a movie that I said the name of the movie about 9 times in that episode that we had him, and I probably said it correct half the time, because it was like, kill your neighbors, kill all neighbors, kill everyone, and I was like, and Alex is like, you're saying it wrong, and I'm like, I know. Yeah.
And also, I mean, the name itself is a play off Destroy All Monsters from the 60s. So a lot of people, you're not alone in that. And then there was Destroy All Humans and other video games. For me, it was specifically the Godzilla reference, but a lot of people thought it was the video game reference. And different generations say it wrong different ways.
Well, I wanted to ask, so one of the things Josh told us about, he was like, part of the genesis for the idea of this movie was you two kind of talking about terrible neighbors.
Pretty much. I had met Josh. When I first moved to LA, I was specifically focused on becoming a stop motion animator. And as such, I did a lot of random animating for different music videos and tiny shorts. And my name got suggested to Josh because he had a music video where he wanted to do some animating of real people frame by frame, along with miniatures and cutouts. And we had a meeting that lasted, it felt like it lasted all day, because we realized we weren't just into animation. We were both obsessive horror, monster, puppet weirdos. So we hit it off on that music video and became close film friends, just as one does. And then maybe a year or two later, I had an insane neighbor move into the small apartment building I was living in, who was just a coke-fueled nightmare monster man. Many, many years later, I found out his connection to a crazy, infamous story that I don't want to say publicly because I don't want it to get back to him, but I could tell you guys later and you'll laugh your asses off.
Okay.
Long story short, this guy was driving me nuts with his coke-fueled orgies and staying up all night and pounding on the walls, and I was losing it. I'm a light sleeper regardless of whether or not a werewolf is living next door. So it was bad. And so I just started complaining to Josh, and lo and behold, Josh had a similar neighbor, and he was on edge about it because his wife was about to give birth to their first kid. And so we just kind of looked at each other, and Josh had this great idea. He was like, well, everyone can relate to a bad neighbor. What if we collaborate on an idea where we can vent our frustrations? And he was like, Charlie, you've done more writing and I've done more directing. If you write it for me to direct and we kind of bounce ideas off it, maybe it'll get easier to be produced than if it was just one or the other of us. And he was right. It still took a decade of uphill battle, but it got made. And I don't think it would have happened if we hadn't collaborated. And yeah, it initially just started as a pact between two friends where we, got our yayas out about how we could kill these people who lived next to us that drove us mad. And slowly but surely, other collaborators came on, and it ended up being this actual movie on Shudder, co-produced by Alex Winter, starring Alex Winter. And it was just insane thing because, I'm kind of who I am because I saw Freaked as a kid. Bill and Ted, great, but Freaked, that was it. So, yeah, it this wild thing where this horrible nightmare man who drove me nuts for 2.5 years ended up being a guardian angel that got me my first produced feature film.
Well, I'm so glad that you guys went down the path of let's make a movie about this, and you didn't do the throw mama from a train idea where they're like, listen, I'll kill your neighbor if you kill mine, and it's just kind of a perfect.
Fair.
Yeah. So sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's a statistical anomaly that a film like that exists at all. Let alone that every time more collaborators were brought on, they had the same vibe and made it better. I can't say how much. It's hard to speak to how much more wonderful it got with the other writers who came on board and made it more humorous. And in the end, it's just this crazy stew of all of us. I'm proud of it. And it's still sometimes shocking that it exists at all, truly.
Who was the music inspiration behind that? Because I know that a big component of that is kind of
a huge. Rock. It was so that was the second writer, Mike Benner, wonderful comedian, has written for a lot of cartoons and other things before. He was on Bob's Burgers. I think he did a little bit on Gravity Falls back in the day. But pretty much in the original ideas or the original drafts, the main character was trying to be an independent graphic novelist, the sort of guy who'd get something published by Fantagraphics. And he was so hyper annoyed by the sounds that he couldn't draw because he'd keep flinching. And then initially, the drawings would come to life and be animated fantasies about how he's killing Vlad. And it got to a point where we realized, well, that would be very expensive and, frame by frame animation. And then once we got Jonah Ray on board as the main character, he was like, well, what if we revise the character to reflect a little bit more me, my comedy style? He also grew up playing in punk bands back in Hawaii when he was a kid. So what if we're not trying to be a musician, artist? What if I'm trying to be a musician? And Mike was like, that's a great idea. And this is supposed to be a ridiculous comedy. What's the funniest sort of music? And it was just very obvious. It was prog rock because it's zany and it's everything. And it's funny because the tone of the script was that crazy music anyway. It was latent. And so all credit to Mike Benner. He pushed that through and it just unified it and pushed it forward. And that's what led to the soundtrack being done by two of the members of one of my favorite bands of all time, Man, which I've been listening to since I was in high school. And then the lead singer, Ryan Katner, also ended up playing the arrogant, mean musician in the film on top of doing the score. And also, speaking of Ryan, the new season, or the third season of Interview with the Vampire, now called The Vampire Lestat, came out. And in that, he plays the drummer in the band backing the vampire Lestat. So he's in that as a musician again. So it's very cool to see someone I'm acquainted with and who's a big creative inspiration to me be in this amazing show. So he's just, the guy's a madcap musical genius.
That's crazy, because one of the movies I almost chose for tonight was Interview with a Vampire.
I have seen it. It's been a while.
But there's only like 7 people in it that you might remember.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
it runs tough. Yeah,
it runs out after kind of like Thandie Newton and Antonio Banderas.
Thandie Newton, that's a good one.
Yeah,
and that's about it. Like I was like,
yeah.
The new season's shot in Toronto, right? I think.
Oh, was it?
I believe some of it is. Yeah, they
A lot
jump
of it
all
is,
around, but
Yeah.
It's 2 episodes in, and it's amazing. I genuinely think it's the best book to TV translation of all time. And in many ways, they improve on aspects of the book, which a lesser writing team, I don't know. It's typically when it's like, oh, we're doing a modern updating of the book. We're swapping out genders and races. And now it's set in 2026 and we're going to reference the pandemic. Normally that's like, ugh. But the way they did it with this show, it's remarkable. I highly recommend it. All of it.
Okay. I haven't watched any of it. I'll have to
It's
take a look.
excellent.
Yeah. Is it? Okay. All right, cool. So I wanted to ask you, you're writing this and the movie itself is very practical effects heavy. Yeah. Was there anything on the script while you're writing that you were like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this?
I mean, all of it from day one, like, to be honest. So, I mean, I come from a practical effects background doing stop motion. One of my earlier jobs in LA was I was a assistant at Gabe Bartolos's special effects shop in the Valley. And Gabe went on to do the creature work for my short film, Malakastraka, and Destroy All Neighbors. And I mean, I grew up watching, he did Basket Case 2 and 3, Brain Damage. He was on the puppet team for Gremlins 2. He also did all the effects in Matthew Barney's Cremaster cycle in the 90s. Like, amazing. So that's just, I mean, one of the reasons why all the films I do are so hard to get made is because I am old fashioned. I wanted to be practical. Like the very first draft of Destroy All Neighbors, I wrote like we open up in a stop motion animated intestinal tunnel, a la Jan Svankmajer. And that was the very first line item that would have been cut if we didn't get enough money from Shudder. And it was still, that opening animation was a very intense, slow process. And there's a lot of back and forth on it. But yeah, I mean, to Shudder's credit, they gave us a little bit more money than normal for a Shudder original. And I think that's because we had Alex Winter on board, who gave him more street cred. But yeah, it was still a very tight shoot and everyone went above and beyond. But yeah, we lose my train of thought. But yeah, the practical aspects are why I think it looks great and silly. And yeah, I try to do all practical, as much as I can for everything I do.
Well, I know, Alex, you're a huge fan of practical effects. Like I'm
always going to like a movie more if there's less CG and more practical makeup or effects or whatever. Even miniature work. I am such a sucker for miniature work.
I agree with you. It boggles my mind why so many films just have digital buildings or things, whether it's fancy or not, because they just always look digital. Just like spend a little less money, make a miniature and composite it. Even if it doesn't look realistic, the tactile physicality will make a more interesting image, I think.
Agree. Yeah. So, I mean, I, for some reason, just watched Final Destination 3, which I hadn't seen before, and I was kind of working through the franchise.
Been a long time, yeah.
I cannot recommend it. However, at the very end, there's a subway derailment, and it's all done in miniature, and it looks awesome.
You know what low-key has some of the best miniatures of all time? The Mothman Prophecies film.
Really?
The end sequence with the bridge collapse and all the cars. Yes.
Yeah, the Richard Gere,
2001. That whole thing is miniatures. And we're talking bigature style, like what they coined with Lord of the Rings. Like the cars were like this big each. And you watch that and you just can't even tell. But you can feel it's real. Yeah.
Wasn't that directed by somebody cool?
It was a music video director.
Oh, yeah. The guy who did Arlington Road.
Yeah, I'm totally blanking on his name. Will come to me. But yeah, that's a very good film, and I like the original book and the whole mythology, the stories of it. I could go on forever. I won't. But yeah, that is a underrated film, I think, all across the board.
I think I might have to go back and watch that one because I know I was very excited when it came out. I remember watching it and kind of being like, I don't get it. But I was probably
the hell out of me as a kid.
Yeah. Pellington, right?
Mark Pellington. Yeah.
Who's also a deep cut actor. He's in Jerry Maguire.
No shit.
All right.
And he's in. He's a bouncer in Almost Famous.
Huh.
I think I've used him before in a deep cut.
That's impressive.
Kevin
Yeah,
Crowe.
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
So we talked about just even me like messing up the title of this film, but and obviously you have like a love and appreciation for films, of monster films and stuff like that. This film feels like it's, you know, destined to be a cult film. I mean, and hopefully, like, you know,
here's hoping. That'd be great. It's funny.
Like, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was, I mean, our intent was just to make a movie we like, and both Josh and I really like 80s, 90s, cheesy, weird practical effects things. And so that was our goal with this. And it's been interesting because just over the years, looking up random Letterboxd reviews and stuff, I do that. I have a very thick skin from a decade and a half of being destroyed on the short film festival circuit. So really, it takes a lot to rankle me. But what's been interesting is, you know, you could get like a 1.5 star review and a 4-star review, and for exactly the same reasons. And some people are like, oh, they're trying too hard to make it a cult classic. And then other people are like, this is exactly the sort of weird cultish thing I love. More power to them. And it's like, it's also like, yeah, we tried hard. We you know, who knows if we're gonna get to make another movie, you know? But yeah, if it eventually finds its audience and becomes a cult classic, nothing could be better to me. And time will tell.
Who wouldn't want to be like going to like a midnight screening of this in like 25 years? And like, hey, with the writer and director coming to answer a Q&A, you'd be like, I'd love that, right?
Adorable.
Like,
yeah.
And it can end with a coke-fueled orgy. There's a callback.
They always do, Craig. You've been to TIFF.
Yeah.
I have yet to been to TIFF. I've been to Fantasia, but one at a time. Montreal is beautiful. I was so surprised by how many spiral staircases on the outsides of buildings there were there. I'm like, if you live in an apartment building and you got to take your groceries up a metal spiral staircase in the dead of winter with snow, like, it looks great, but yeah, really bizarre to me. I love spiral staircases, but that stood out.
Without ice on it, ideally. Because really,
not in Montreal.
I might die going to the Sobeys. So
that's what I'm. Yeah, no, I was in Montreal in August, and it was horrifically humid. It's the East Coast. I just, you know, I flew from LA at the time. I just wasn't expecting it, but yeah, that was a good time. Great place.
So you talked about you're in Tucson now, and it sounds like things are going well. You're getting lots of leads and stuff. Is there anything you're able to tell us about coming up? That, without giving out too much away. But
yeah, you actually caught me in a very exciting week, because just a couple days ago, the public announcement for a huge stop motion animated feature film I've been secretly writing on for a couple of years got announced. It's a film called Heads, which we are in pre-production with the British company McKinnon and Saunders over in Manchester. They did The Corpse Bride, The Fantastic Mr. Fox, Pinocchio for Guillermo del Toro. And Guillermo del Toro wrote a tweet acknowledging the film because of its company association. So that's very exciting. You know, it could be several years before it comes out, but the news is out there. We're trying to kind of seed the internet with interest in it. The director is currently, her name is Tiffany Kimmel. I've worked with her before. I produced a short stop motion with her during the quarantine years called Everybody Goes to the Hospital, which could give you all a taste of our kind of dark sensibility. But she's in London right now, and in a couple of days she flies to France for the Annecy Animation Film Festival to kind of promote the film more and see what's what. So hopefully it'll continue to pick up. And if this gets made, it will be the biggest independent stop motion animation out of that part of England, period. And it's been years in the making. So that's the biggest thing I'm currently working on. I have several other scripts and even a weird documentary I'm redeveloping, but in terms of the most exciting, it would be this Heads animation.
Well, Alex, I think this means we have to keep doing the podcast until Heads comes out. And then Charlie is back on. Yeah, Charlie, he's mandatory. He has to come back and promote it.
Sounds
even
good.
If we have no listeners and we've done nothing. He'll have to come back at least on this show. Well, why don't we get into a game of deep cuts, and then we can circle back and promote some more, because that sounds really good. You're excited about Guillermo del Toro, tweeting something. I'm excited about knowing a person who's had something tweeted by him.
I mean, I love the guy, and when I grow up, I want to be eccentric and rich enough to also have a house just for my monsters. You know what I mean? So like he's him knowing about the project is insane and thrilling, and hopefully could lead to more. So we'll see.
No, that's awesome. Well, I'm definitely, I'm going to use all that to promote our show and have him like it, hopefully somewhere, because
he is officially an unofficial Torontonian. We've
fully
adopted him.
Yeah,
he's such a
Guillermo del Toronto. They don't call him that for nothing.
Perfect.
All right, so the first thing we got to do is decide who's going to go first, second, or third in this game of deep cuts. What I do, Charlie, is I give you a name of an actor, and you got to tell me what you think they're best known for is on IMDb. So everyone's got their top 4. So I'm going to give you someone who has appeared in a lot of practical effect movies. Kurt Russell.
The Thing.
The Thing. Oh, he was quick with that. I like that. He knows what he's doing here. The Thing. All right, Craig Smeaton, what do you think is number 1 on his list?
I would have gone with The Thing. I'm going to say Escape from New York.
Escape from New York. Noticing a trend here with directors, Alex. Alex, your last here?
I'm going to go with something a little more recent. Is it like Monarch Legacy of Monsters?
It's not. 2 of you are on the board. Alex, you are not on the board.
Well, what else is new?
The 2 that we were missing were Escape from LA, which was number 4, and The Hateful Eight, which was number 2. I would have said Sky High, just because
you fucking love Sky High.
I love Sky High. But number 3 was The Thing, but number 1 was Escape from New York. So Craig, would you like to go first?
Look at the big brain on Craig.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't one of Kurt Russell's like early like Disney movies where it
Elvis,
was
like Kid
the Elvis one that he was in, or the one where he's a robot, or like the kid who was a computer.
Yes, the
computer wore tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes. There you go.
Nice. So Craig, would you like to go first, second, or third?
I'll go first. It's been a while.
Charlie, since you are also on the board, would you like to go second or third?
I'll go second.
All right.
Number 2, stay with the poo.
All right, Alex. So you're number 3.
Can't take me anywhere.
Brought to you by Metamucil.
Tonight's 3 movies are. So I'd asked Charlie for a list of his favorite films. He gave me some that we had already used and we'd used fairly recently, so I didn't want to go back to them. He gave me one that is on the board, but he also gave me so many like kind of like creature horror films that were like part 2. Like I think was it like Critters 2?
Yep. Ghoulies 2.
Ghoulies 2. But the unfortunate thing is there's nobody in those movies, or at least there's not many people. There's like a person in those movies.
Couple.
Yeah. So we're only able to take 1, but I feel like these other 2 films are right, hopefully, in his wheelhouse. So from 1993, Alex, I think you like this movie, and I just watched it this weekend, and I guess I'm not the right age to have watched it for the first time, and I wasn't the right age in 93 to watch it when it came out, so I didn't see it. And God, I hated this movie so much. From 93, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I should like it more than I do.
Okay.
But Sarah loves it. I can't tell you how many times she has seen it.
From 1990, Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
That one I do love.
And from 1988, and this is one we have brought back. It's been over a year since we've used it. But from 1988, Beetlejuice.
Okay.
So while the 3 of you take some time to think about the deep cut actors in these films, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
What do you want?
Oh, goodness, there you are.
Petrified, the award-winning audio drama from a darker Ireland is back. Petrified tells the chilling tales of ordinary people encountering the supernatural and their terrifying fates.
Can you bleed to death from a chopped off finger?
I'd say definitely.
Oh, Jesus!
Guest stars this season include David Dasmalchian and Dylan Baker.
As soon as I opened the lid, I knew I'd made a mistake.
The Irish Times called Petrified Ireland's scariest podcast. And crimereads.com said it was extremely well written, expertly produced, and brilliantly acted.
Who are you? And why did you allow me to believe you were someone else?
Petrified Season 4.
Something did creep up the stairs to my apartment.
All right, we are back with Deep Cuts the Game. I am thrilled to have my friends Craig Smeaton and Alex Young with me, and a new friend, Charlie Pieper, writer of Destroy All Neighbors. Did I get it right? Did I remember it right, Alex?
Yes.
Maybe? Yes. You had to think about it, see?
I'm like, I don't want to, I thought you were trying to trick me. And I'm like, no, it was right.
Yeah. And the three movies we are doing tonight are Beetlejuice from 1988, Edward Scissorhands from 1990, and Hocus Pocus from 1993. Craig, you won the IMDb game by guessing correctly. Kurt Russell's number one IMDb, best known for. So you've elected to go first. What do you think is the deepest cut you can remember from any of these three films?
I have stuff in my head that I might click in later on, but I'm going to start with not a terribly deep one, but in Edward Scissorhands, Anthony Michael Hall.
Yep, Anthony Michael Hall as
the bully, right?
Yeah, he's the boyfriend of.
This guy's got scissors. What a weirdo.
Yeah.
You know what? He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. It is weird.
It is weird to have scissors for hands. Yeah, he's not super deep, Craig, but he's worth 7 points.
Okay.
Is that the first time Anthony Michael Hall was big? Like, not that he's like huge in that movie, but like he went from being, the Breakfast Club, the nerdy kid.
I think he did that Johnny Be Good movie.
Be Good movie where he's like the football quarterback, and that had to have been before 19
Downey Jr.
Right?
I think so, yeah.
But it's funny how he went from being like the nerdy guy to in this movie. At this point he's probably like 26 years old when he's in this film. But yeah, he looks a little more buff. So 7 points for Anthony Michael Hall. Charlie, we're coming to you now.
Okay.
You see how it's done. You don't have to go from Edward Scissorhands. You can go from Hocus Pocus, Beetlejuice, whichever one you think can score you the most points.
I'll do Hocus Pocus. I know who I'm talking about. The name is in the back of my brain, but I can describe this person.
Okay.
He played the physical form of the zombie guy who's raised from the dead. He's a very spindly, very famous monster suit actor. He was also the moon-headed McDonald's mascot guy in the late 80s.
What a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Am I right in who I think he's saying right,
Doug
Alex?
Jones, yeah.
Doug
Yes,
Jones,
thank you. Doug Jones, yes.
I had it written down, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the Crescent Moon.
I didn't have the references,
terrifying.
but I was like, I know Doug Jones is like the main zombie in that film. He's worth 15 points because he's got no lines. And at that time in 1993, nobody knew who Doug Jones was. I got to ask a question. Is he in the sequel to Hocus Pocus, Alex?
I haven't seen it. I bet he is, but also I don't care.
He's got to show up.
Yeah, he's a famous looking character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't rewatched Hocus Pocus in 20,000 years, but I did see it in theaters when it came out. And as a kid who liked spooky stuff, I liked it. But I don't know if I should check it out again just for curiosity.
Yeah, I'm curious it's sometimes weird to go back to those movies and be like, I love this when I was like 6 or 7, and you watch it now and you're like, huh, this doesn't especially if you haven't
dumb as a kid.
Alex, we're at you now. You get 2 in a row because you're at the bottom of the list here. So let's get your first and your second deep cuts.
I do want to say this about Doug Jones. I met him at a convention a couple of years ago. To this day, is the best hug I've ever had in my life. And any opportunity I get to mention that, I think it's the creature arms that he just has.
Yeah, it's
it's the best. It was.
No joke. I have heard this from other people that he is a big hugger and is a very nice guy.
It's a noteworthy hug.
It's because he has the eyeballs in the middle of his palms,
That's right.
That's why.
You can feel him blinking.
You can see what he's doing. Yeah.
Well, Doug Jones was going to be my first pull. So
yeah, it would have been a good one.
If I'm remembering this correctly, the beginning of Edward Scissorhands, is it not Vincent Price? Where he's like, I have your human hands. And then
is that not like the saddest thing ever?
It's heavy.
When he's like about to give him his hands and he has like a heart attack or whatever, and you're just like, he was gonna be a real boy.
Also, how about just no hands while you wait? Why, like, don't worry, I've got all these old barber shears laying around. It'll be fine.
It's such a great visual metaphor for how when you're a teenager you feel like you destroy everything, but it's also ridiculous. It works as it's wonderful, but it's also like, Vincent Price, you stupid dum-dum. Like,
there's a lot of other things you could have given him other than hands that weren't so destructive.
Even just
right?
safety scissors would have been fine.
Yeah.
What about those? if we're doing kids' toys, couldn't it have been those like shitty glue bottles that you had to like press the heads down to get the glue out of them? You know, like
well, that would make it more like the porn spoof, which I'm sure you've heard of, and I don't even know if I want to say that title.
I think I know what we're talking about. Yeah. Alex, what is
movie in due of a 4K remaster? If I've ever heard of it.
Yes.
How many points was Vincent Price?
Sorry, 10 points for Vincent Price.
All right. The only thing that I have remotely close to another deep cut, it's not even that deep. In Beetlejuice, Ortho, the guy who plays Ortho, is he's in Heathers, and I think his name is like Gary.
His name is Glenn
Shaddix.
That would have been mine. You took mine.
He's worth 8 points.
He was in a lot of other stuff.
He is. Yeah, you're right. He was in
up.
Heathers, and
he's in Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes as one of the Monkey Men.
Yes.
I think that might have been one of his last roles before he passed away.
Somebody recently on our show, Alex, talked about him and how it might have been, you know what, it was like Bo Jesse Christopher. Because he was, or no, was it Bo Jesse? Because Bo Jesse Christopher is in Sleepwalkers, and Glenn Shaddix is in Sleepwalkers as the teacher that really hates the Sleepwalkers. He doesn't know what they're up to, but they're up to something. Well, and Bo Jesse Christopher had this, like, he's like, Glenn Shaddix told me how he's like lived in this rent control apartment in LA for like $250 a month, and he's lived there for like 25 years.
Enormous.
Because he's like, why would I ever leave?
Honestly, that was the reason that kept me in LA for longer. Was I was in a building old enough that was rent controlled. So I was working with 2010 prices up till last year.
Oh well, yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. Glenn Shaddix knew what to do. 8 points for Glenn Shaddix. Alex, he's also in an episode of Seinfeld, I believe, as one of the superintendents. Craig would remember that. He's the one that they want Elaine to have to pay extra to get the building. There's like two guys, and I think the other one is Joe Spano, who was in Primal Fear that I just watched the other day.
And Hill Street Blues.
That's right, Charlie. We're back to you. You started off very hot with Doug Jones. Okay. What's your second deep cut?
So. Beetlejuice, I'm blanking on the actor's name. He plays the arrogant New York City real estate kind of agent who's brought in like, oh, I don't think ghosts are real. He's got the vibes of a late night TV show host, or maybe was he a singer? I'm losing my mind. I can see him.
Because there's two. There's two guys.
The one who is, oh, shit, no, I change it. In Beetlejuice, the actress who plays his wife, what's her name? I think she was a famous choreographer in real life. She was married to David Byrne for a while at the time. She's in the famous dinner scene with the shrimp hands. She's got like the really curled up hair, elegant look. Oh my God, what's her name?
Fuck. I think Mrs. I know who you're
Byrne.
Well, yeah, Ben, yeah.
Does he have more than one wife? I want to make sure I've got.
I'm thinking of.
I think I know who you're talking.
Yeah, she's in the scene, doing the
yeah, and they've got the giant shrimp, and they're all.
God, what was her name? I know she's in
anything else that she's in. Even music videos would count.
God, she must. I think my brain went to deep cut. She's married to David Byrne, but in terms of other films she's in now, I'm drawing a blank. So this could be a total.
Because there's like. I believe there's two women at that dinner scene.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure. Yeah, you're right. You got it. Okay. Her name is Adele Lutz.
Okay. Yeah.
And I believe she is the darker haired woman, wearing like a green, and she's got like a bow in her hair.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. What else does she know? She's an actress and costume designer for Beetlejuice and Silence of the Lambs and Something Wild.
That's what Wild.
She's a TV anchor woman in Silence of the Lambs. So
I knew it.
I did have her down because she's in that famous scene, but she's worth an additional 15 points because
it all comes back to David Byrne. He's one of my three favorite Davids.
Who are the other two?
David Lynch and David Cronenberg. And my best friend from childhood is also named David. So it's like the Holy Trinity and then an extra David.
Craig Smeaton, we're up to you. You get your second and your third deep cuts.
Well, I don't even remember her last name, but from Edward Scissorhands, Kathy is the name, first name, the actress. She was in, I think, was it Picket Fences? She was in Street Smart with Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, and I think she was in like Boston Public.
Oh, I love that show back in the day.
She's like the mom that's like
Yeah.
kind of starts dating Anthony Heald, the warden from Sunset.
She's a great actress, and I don't know why. I think she might even be in Cider House Rules, I think.
Don't worry, I'm giving it to you. Her name's Kathy Baker. Yeah.
Wow, Craig.
Kathy Baker. Yeah.
Kathy Baker for 10 points. Okay. She is one of the horny housewives.
Yes, that's
whatever that town is. That is
smoking.
She seems
horny, yeah.
very, very interested in. I don't know what they want to do with Edward Scissorhands. Like I don't know why they're so like he's got scissors for hands.
It's
well, I think getting the haircuts,
the hair done. Yeah, I guess, and maybe the danger of it all. I don't know. Women love danger, don't they?
Seems risky.
Yeah. Craig, you get your third deep cut.
Well, I'm only going to say this for the joke, but Doug Jones's brother, Jeffrey Jones.
Oh hell no! Fucking hell.
No, that's a callback.
You're not going
to. Is that a Bonnie Hunt reference?
Yes. Jeff likes to make certain actors who are not related. He likes to make the brothers.
I feel the idea that Bonnie Hunt and Helen Hunt are sisters is far more believable than Doug Jones and Jeffrey Jones are brothers. Are you going as Jeffrey Jones? Your pick?
I will. I know he's not worth probably that much, but I can't.
No, he's 6 points for Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah,
too many notes. Yeah,
yeah, too many. Does he get like? Is that his last prison number? What is 6? It's one of his
probably.
Oh, geez.
I hope so.
Did he end up going to jail
for a while?
Oh, he did. Yeah.
That's a good point.
He got charged with something, I think.
Yeah, he at least.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he actually went.
Allegedly, I should probably not.
Yeah, I mean,
he's been convicted.
There's a reason his character is missing a head in the Beetlejuice sequel. So
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Very clever.
I know Paul Rubens got caught in the vortex of that, despite doing that.
He hadn't actually. He had he was jacking it in an adult theater by himself, which is not illegal, and it was that
with your neighbor.
Well, sure, okay, fair enough, but yeah. Anyway, we don't have to get on that, but yeah, more power to Paul Rubens and fuck Jeffrey. Anyway,
I co-sign both.
Yes.
It is amazing that he kept working for so long, though. Like Jeffrey Jones, like I don't know when the allegations came out, but people must have known he was kind of.
It was definitely pre-Deadwood.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, it was. But like,
I have a Deadwood connection in terms of people I've worked with. I've worked with the actor Larry Cedar, who played kind of the ether addict, the like skinny, straggly one. I directed him in a short film, and the thing he's done in the past that I am most excited for is he played the gremlin on the airplane wing in the Twilight Zone movie segment.
Oh, the John Lithgow one.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
He was in the monster suit. So,
awesome. Well, Charlie, we're back to you. I'm sure he's not in any of these 3 movies.
Alas, no. He was.
What is your third deep cut?
Okay, so in Beetlejuice, the older actress who played their case agent with a slit throat, Sylvia something, I want to say. She was also in Mars Attacks. That might have been her final role, where she's in the,
she's the grandmother that loves
saves the world because she's
the music. It's the yodeling music.
The yodeling, the cowboy.
Juno is her character in Beetlejuice. Sylvia Sidney.
Good. Yes. Okay. I was right on the Sylvia part.
And she's worth another 10 points for you.
Okay. Not bad.
That's a good one. Alex, you get your third and your fourth.
Yeah, we are scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Really?
Yes. I have seen all these movies, but I think like recorded off TV on VHS is probably the last time that I saw.
That's insane.
I'm
but Beetlejuice or Edward Scissorhands.
Beetlejuice I watch every couple years.
But like Beetlejuice in 4K, fucking gorgeous.
Beetlejuice I may have I have it on DVD. Sorry, I have it on Blu-ray. I must have watched in the last 15 years. I can't remember.
Okay.
Edward Scissorhands, I think DVD I own, maybe. Must have watched it in high school. Anyway, also my brain is bad. So if I watched it yesterday, I still wouldn't remember it anyway. But Jeff, I'm gonna take from Hocus Pocus because I'm hoping he's worth a little because nobody knows who he is, but the kid from Erie, Indiana.
Oh, I love that.
Kid in Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. Omri Katz is his name. He was the lead of the TV show Erie, Indiana, which I loved. I bought the whole series and realized that there's really only one good episode.
What, the
It's
first
like-
one, the
The
Tupperware?
first episode's really good. The Tupperware episode's really good, and then
Joe
after that,
Dante, right?
it was because I think what's his name's in it? That's in all the Joe Dante films.
Picardo.
Not Picardo, the other guy, the older guy that's in small.
Oh, Dick Miller.
Dick Miller's in it,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's,
Because he owns like the toy shop or the something
Right,
like that. Yeah. He always plays a guy who owns a toy store or has toys or. But yeah, Omi Katz from Erie, Indiana. Alex, he's worth 7 points because he is like
He's in
the
it a lot.
star. He's the star of the movie, other than the three witches. So, but just what's his name, right? So, what is your fourth deep cut, Alex?
Damn, still me. You know, she's not going to be worth much, but I'm going to take because she's in 2 movies. So give me Winona Ryder.
That's a smart call. Yeah, she's
Like,
not
3
worth a
points.
ton, Alex, but she's a little further down in Beetlejuice just because it is much more of a top-heavy lineup. So she's worth 3 points for Beetlejuice, and she's worth 2 points for Edward Scissorhands. So she's worth a total of 5 points for you. Charlie, we're back to you. You're killing it so far.
So far. So I'm drawing slight blanks. I'm gonna go more the young actress who plays the main girl in Hocus Pocus. I think is it Birch? Is it Thora Birch?
Yeah. It is Thora
she
Birch.
Then
yeah.
went on 6 Feet Under, I believe was.
No, that would be Lauren Ambrose.
God, right, similar faces, but Thora Birch
from Ghost World. And,
yeah, Ghost World, of course.
American Beauty, right? She
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah.
She is the daughter.
Yeah.
So Thora Birch, Omi Katz is worth 7. Thora Birch is worth 6
Fair.
because
Fair.
she's more famous, even though she has less of a part in that film.
Right. Yeah.
But that's a good one. Craig Smeaton, you gave us Jeffrey Jones and a whole lot of conversation. Where are you going from there?
Well, there's the actress who plays the cut off woman in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, she's like the
Is this
receptionist.
someone.
She is someone.
It might be a swing, but I'm not sure if it's too early to introduce her. So, is it Lisa Marie? Is that? Am I getting that wrong?
No.
She came later.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought
it's-
so too,
it's-
but I knew
she's
she
a
was
much
somebody.
older woman than she's an older woman.
Oh, No,
I
I've already
can't say
lost
that
it.
I know her, but like I looked her
Okay.
up. Like
Okay, then it's not.
she
Okay,
was. Oh wait, no, she was born in '63, so she's not that old.
I knew there was something like.
But she has passed away, so I feel really bad now because she was only 55 and she passed away in 2018.
No, okay. Well,
Um,
I didn't think it was her, but it's going to take a big swing. So,
Yeah.
0 for me.
Oh, is that what you're going? You're going?
Oh
with
no,
Lisa
I guess
Marie?
if it doesn't count.
I'm not
but
gonna.
you're like-
No. Don't take Lisa Marie. Give me a
Just
real.
giving out
okay.
mulligans these days? What's going on here?
No, but I didn't know. Yeah, that's not. This is not
He
my
was just
wheelhouse.
talking. He was talking.
I don't think I've even seen Hocus Pocus, to tell you the truth. Okay, I'll go with. It's funny, all the different wives, the moms who I know
And
the
they're
woman
just because
who,
a lot of them are fairly.
yeah, no,
famous.
and there's the one who kind of maybe is a bit drunk, but is one who he sees him as the devil, and she's kind of like, but I'm trying to forget what else she's
Right.
in.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
She like plays on the organ.
She's in some stuff.
Mhm.
Probably
Yeah.
another Tim Burton movie, but I can't think of what they are. So I'm just gonna go with Diane Wiest.
Diane Wiest as America's mom.
Yeah, because it would be an episode of Deep Cuts without a Diane Wiest.
Without a Diane Wiest, you
A
can
late
it's
Dame Diane Wiest.
Really tough to like pitch a movie without her being in it if it's from
Mhm.
the '80s, right? Like
He was everywhere, yeah.
she's worth 4 points, Craig.
Okay, so I would guess that Alan Arkin would be a similar situation.
Alan Arkin's worth the same amount of points as
Yeah.
the dad. I kind of forgot that he was
God, I
the
forgot.
dad
Yeah. He kind of
because
So that
he's
should
kind of
be
a little
something.
more.
If we
Yeah,
all
he's a little
forget
more
it's-
off to the side, and he's just
Yeah.
kind of like
there's not much
he's
going
out there
on.
working in the yard, and he's oh, you got to be careful out there. They're those women. That's my Alan Arkin impersonation, Alex. If you ever want to call back to that, so Alan Arkin for an additional 4 points. All right, Charlie,
Okay.
you're doing very well. You got a
So-
Thor Birch. Where are you
Yeah.
going from here?
Okay, I can't remember his name, but contextually, I feel like he's literally a deep cut. And because of the character he plays in Beetlejuice, I get the sense that he was a character actor who did a lot more that might even be outside the realm of my full awareness. But the Roadkill guy.
Yes. Now, but can you give me
I know.
anything he's been in?
I can't even.
Yeah, I've got like a really great reference for him.
Because I can see his face, because the rest is just prosthetics, and like so, it's like I know I can hear his voice, I can sort of see his face, but it's so hard to put it to something else because I don't see anything of him really in Beetlejuice. But from his age, I feel like he must have been in some interesting stuff, maybe in the '60s or even the '50s as a younger.
He was in something pretty interesting in 1998.
98.
Like he was still working.
Oh wow! Okay.
Up into 2004.
98. Was he in like the X-Files movie? Maybe as like some freaky agent. Damn. No. This is See, I can't bend the rules. I can't remember.
Well, we could do a team help you if you can just kind of.
I will be
more just describing him.
Listen, if I told you he was in like a very, I don't want to say like a big comedy from the 98, but it's a well-remembered comedy from 98 from like one of the most successful.
It's one of the Austin Powers films, right?
No, I would say from a guy who is still making not necessarily great comedy movies, but they come up with all the same people in them. He makes sure all his friends gets a part in it.
Oh, it's an Adam Sandler film.
And in 98, he made maybe his best.
Was it the fuck?
Not
Big
was
Daddy?
That a Spider-Man who's a
Was it
golfer?
the one set in the 80s?
Yeah.
Jeff?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
See, I don't know his stuff as well.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
I would argue it is his best movie.
And it's with one of it was the first time
Great
he worked
song.
with a girl that he had in 2 or 3 movies since.
Goddamn Adam Sandler.
And he does a lot of
Christopher
singing.
McDonald is in it.
Is it Big Daddy?
No,
it's Wedding Singer.
Steve Buscemi's in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Well, Craig, yeah. I would give that to you.
All right.
You said
that was yours. I don't know. I don't even know who it is. I'm trying to help you.
But the question is, does anybody know who he was in The Wedding
That's
Singer?
The thing is, I probably haven't seen that in 20 years. I can remember Buscemi with his kill list, of course, and all. But fuck, he must have been like an old crooner.
No, that's Buscemi in Billy
Is that
Madison.
Happy Gilmore or Billy? See,
Then
it's all a blur.
You're all getting them all. Yeah.
When I was younger, I was put off by Adam Sandler because all my middle school harassers loved him. And what they used to do is, remember there was that character, Shooter McGavin, the like really arrogant. All my middle school bullies, for some reason, collective just insanity, they started saying his name as if it was an expression. And by that I mean, like they'd like kick someone in the hall and then go, Shooter McGavin. And it just put me off Adam Sandler films for like years. But fuck.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I can't take it. I can't
give you any points for him right now. So
that's fine. That's fine.
But keep thinking about it. Maybe it'll come back to you. Alex, you get your final 2.
Can you tell us who he was in the one?
I'll wait till the
He
end.
might think of it. He might think of it.
He might get it. I'll wait till the end.
I'm also gonna just take a shot here and ask: is there a director cameo? Is Tim Burton in either of these movies?
No, he's not.
He doesn't do the Hitchcock thing.
I didn't think so, but I'm like, maybe there's an exception.
I mean,
Well, that's
fair
some
enough.
bullshit.
He does it in other people's movies.
Then I'm
He's
gonna
in
take the most
Hoffa as a
obscure of the
corpse.
3 witches.
I forgot about that. Let's
Kathy
talk
Najimy.
about it. Oh, Kathy.
Sorry, what was that, Alex?
Give
Did I
me
miss?
Kathy Najimy. Give me the
Kathy
most
Najimy, wow.
obscure of the 3 witches.
The 3 witches, the most obscure of the witches. Yes. So 3 points for Kathy.
It's 300% more than I got for Tim Burton.
Yeah, it is. All right, Charlie, we're back to you. It's your final deep cut. I don't want to say you've won, even if you don't get any points here, but if you can't think of who this guy is in Beetlejuice, I would say just put some points on the board if you can, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull his name out, but for more Beetlejuice, like I mean, let's do it. Canadian comedian classic galore. R.I.P. just passed away. Like, not a deep cut per se, but incredible. Gave the best line readings of all time. The whole if you make me insane, I will take you with me. Line reading in Beetlejuice is an all timer, so I'll have to go with her.
All right, so Catherine O'Hara for 4 points. One more than Winona is, so that's a decent one. Craig Smeaton, it's your final deep cut. Where are you going?
Not far, not high. I think I'm just gonna go with Gina Davis.
Gina Davis for 2 points, Craig.
For 2, I thought she'd be. I was going to.
I mean, it was like It was like the
Got an
lead,
era.
the
But I
namesake,
guess you're right.
and
Yeah,
like
okay.
the guy and the
Okay.
girl, like Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis were worth.
I'm just watching her in The Burrows right now, which Netflix has already canceled. 2
Yeah, I
weeks
heard it's
after
not
they
getting a
dropped
second
it.
season. Yeah.
Is it any good?
It's actually pretty good. It's a good cast. You know, it's all older
Cast is
character
great.
actors.
Melina, yeah, I love the ideas behind it.
So it's dope. It's a sort of thing like, of course it didn't do as well because it's about older people, so it's not going to skew towards the same streaming. So fuck you, Netflix. But like, you didn't give it enough time. I'm going to finish the season even though there's no second season.
And it's one of those shows you go like, oh, I'll watch that in August when I go to the cottage or something. Like it's like you save it.
Yeah, it's well done. The production values are great. It's got lots of character actors. Others that I could name. I don't gotta get into it. The one thing is the score is so John Williams intentional vibing that it's a little much. It's like we get it, but it's worth seeing. So yeah. And
So Gina Davis needs the extra points. I think we should give her more points. Just she needs to. No. Nothing?
Well, let's see. So from Beetlejuice, the guy we missed, his name is Carmen Philpe.
I would never have gotten.
No, he's in The Wedding Singer. Let's see what else he's in here. His best known for Runaway Train, Halloween 4, Beetlejuice, and The Wedding Singer. He is the old guy in the bar. He's like, I used to be much stronger because he tries punching out Glenn Goulia. Yeah, he tries to punch him out and he misses, and then he's like, so that's kind of, and I always kind of confuse him with as Blue from the old school movie with Will Ferrell, because there's these two old guys that, you know, but it's not. Craig, the receptionist, is an actress named Patrice Martinez, the half body. She was in the TV series Zorro in like the late 80s, early 90s as like.
And you, of course, knew this.
Yes.
At the tip of your,
the people I thought you were going for, Charlie, when you were trying to think of Beetlejuice, you were trying to get the New York real estate. There's Robert Goulet.
That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And Dick Cavett.
Dick Cavett, right? Oh,
and when you said, "Oh, is one of them like an entertainer or a late night talk show host?" I was like, "Yes and yes." And that's why I was like, "There's two of them.
So
which one do you want?"
Yeah.
That is completely the ones. I think if we've done Beetlejuice, Goulet and Dick.
Oh yeah, for sure. I bet if I went back and looked at my paperwork, you remembered them when we played.
And
this
Dick
last
Cavett, another kind of on the edge of being canceled person because of his Epstein dinners.
Oh, was he? Huh.
Oh yeah, he even wrote him a lovely note, a thank you email. Yeah.
Yipes.
Yeah. Susan Kellerman is the other wife at that dinner. I don't know what she's best like. She's just a name. She was in Death Becomes Her, which we did a few weeks ago, or I did a few weeks. Yeah, we did a few weeks ago. One of the football players, you know, that are in Purgatory is an actor named Dwayne Davis, a large African American actor who was in the movie Summer School. As the guy who has the hall pass to use the bathroom and then comes back. It's that guy, Craig. Tony Cox is when they're getting married and there's he's the guy from Bad Santa, but he's the guy who is doing the ceremony.
That's cool.
And then Craig, I feel like you might know this guy, Charles Schneider.
Oh, from no, not
he's not Charles Flight. He's not the guy that does Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
But it's this guy named Charles Schneider, and he is in Zodiac as when he goes and he's found the poster for who like the
that is Roger Rabbit.
That's Roger Rabbit. That's Charles
Rabbit. So maybe I'm confusing because this guy's also in Zodiac. Yeah. So maybe
when we did Zodiac, that was
everyone is in Zodiac. There's a lot of
that was one of my deep cuts.
Oh yeah, that's why
he's like part of the movie.
Yeah, Zodiac
downstairs. Yeah.
So freaky.
But he's in it. He's also he's Paul something, and he's also the taxi driver that gets shot. So he plays multiple parts. Anyway, not that deep. But Edward Scissorhands. So all those women that you were trying to think of, Craig, the wives of the in the neighborhood, Conchata Ferrell.
Oh yeah,
from like Mystic Pizza and Two and a Half Men. Caroline Aaron. If you saw her, you would recognize. 21 Jump Street. She's Jonah Hill's mom in the Jump Street movies.
She's also in Crimes and Misdemeanors. If we're just naming, I'm just naming all canceled people. But she's got an amazing part in that. She plays his sister.
The woman who kind of thinks she sees Edward for who he is, you know, the organ player. Her name is O-Lan Jones. A very interesting name. O-Lan Jones. We recently had her. She was in what is the Oliver Stone, Woody Harrelson, Natural Born Killer. She's a waitress that gets caught at the beginning, but she is in Mars Attacks. So that would have been. So she's clearly in that.
That was the image I had. Did she get killed? Maybe by.
She does get killed.
Yeah,
probably.
She had a.
John Davidson, former TV show host, plays a TV show host.
That's incredible.
Biff Yeager from Sid and Nancy is in this movie. Nick Carter, the singer and brother of Aaron Carter, is an extra in the streets.
That's
the son, Winona Ryder's brother, he doesn't have much of a part, but his name is Robert Olivieri, and he's most famous for the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies. And that kid must have thought that the world was going to be fucking his, right? Like Edward Scissorhands, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And it's like, all right, honey, I blew up the kids. Now what, mom and dad? Nothing. That poor kid had nothing after that.
Honey, I sued my parents, probably.
Yes. There is another Adam Sandler connection in Edward Scissorhands, though. The guy who is, I believe he's like the washer repairman that Kathy Baker's hitting on. Like, she's just this horned out, and she's like, and he's like, and it's this actor named Stephen Brill, who's also in The Wedding Singer, as the guy that says to Adam Sandler, he's like, hey, you're Robbie Hart. Your mom died in a car accident. And now he's a director. He directed Little Nicky, if I'm not mistaken. So, Hocus Pocus, we didn't touch Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker. The parents, like I say, you always got to think, who were the parents? The parents were Charles Rocket and Stephanie Faracy from The Great Outdoors. She's John Candy's wife in The Great Outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
And she's in Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Alex as Mike and Dave's mom. She's Mike and Dave's mom. Kathleen Freeman. She's from the Blues Brothers. She's the nun from the Blues Brothers. Is also in Hocus Pocus. Gary and Penny Marshall have cameos in it.
That's right. I remember that.
He's dressed up like the devil, and the witches think he's the real devil. And
this is these are a good movie. Now that I think about it.
And then the last one is there's the cat that talks, the British cat in Hocus Pocus. That's supposed to be this kid that got turned into a cat.
Right.
But that's not that. It's not that kid's voice. It's not. But it's not that kid's voice. So they got another actor to do the British voice, and it's this actor named Jason Marsden, who was in a bunch of '90s sitcoms like Step by Step. And if you went back, you'd be like, oh, especially if you were a kid watching like stuff like Full House and stuff like that. He definitely made appearances on all the shows.
What about the actual cat, Jeff? Is the cat in any other movies?
That's a great question.
We always have if it's a dog or something.
The cat in Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Because I'm all about Mushroom the dog from Pumpkinhead and Gremlins. And
you know what? I didn't see the cat listed. I'll double check. No one said it, so no one's getting any points for it. But the final scores are Craig and Alex tied with 33 points.
Wow, we did a bad job, Craig. Sorry.
Charlie, you're the big winner tonight with 50 points, and that's even with putting an X on the board there. So well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Much like Josh, who won, you get the big prize. The big prize is to nominate somebody else to come on the show, like Josh did to you. Is there anybody you can think of that you think might be a good fit for this?
I do. He's a good friend of mine, insane cinematographer, DP. We met in college. He's also from New Jersey originally. He's going to be the DP on my upcoming documentary. His name is Doug Bergdorf. He can be kind of shy, so he might be awkward, but he knows movies. He probably watches more movies than even me, and I feel like he would be good at this. I could give you his info as a possibility.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll touch base and see if he's interested. And we're not looking to force anyone on.
Oh, he should be forced. He should be, Ludovico treatmented into doing this.
Okay, great. All right, so you've won the game. You've hopefully got a super big stop motion animation film coming up in the next little bit. Where can people go to see what you're up to? Where can they follow what you're working on? And where can they get the latest news on this film?
Sure. Well, news on the film, we'll see what happens. If there's news, I'll post it. I am active on Instagram at C Pieper, CPIEPR. That's me. I'm still on the desiccated nightmare corpse of what was once Twitter. My handle there is Inherent Charlie. I'm also on Blue Sky, a little bit more active on Blue Sky, where I'm also Inherent Charlie. And then if you want to get just an overarching look into my films, animations as a whole, I have my own charlespieper.com website. So
great.
Perfect. Craig Smeaton, what about you? What's coming up for you?
Nothing much. Some vacation, a mystery vacation in mid-July, meaning we haven't made plans and see what happens. And then cottage rental last couple weeks of August, but no big plans. So otherwise, I just say what I often say is about the charity that I'm involved with that supports almost 20 homeless shelters and soup kitchens across Toronto. Out of the Cold Foundation at outofthecold.org. Look to that to volunteer or help out, and think about summer too. Like World Cup time is it's great. I love it, but a lot of unhoused people have been kind of swept aside, and so just think about that too when the cities get back to normal. And that, so not to be a downer like I always am at the end of this thing. I'll figure something out next time. But yeah.
Thanks, Craig. Alex Young, what about you? What's coming up with you? We're almost at summer break for Deep Cuts for you, so you must be thrilled about that.
It's the longest final mile. Now I got to follow Craig's charity business with shameless.
It's the worst. I'll think of something new next time. Forget about it. Just yeah.
You can find me on all social media at Letterboxd, Goodreads, all of it at the Alex Young. But I will say what I always say, especially going into the summer season, Jeff. Get out to the movie theater. They're air conditioned. It's great. Go see movies with a crowd. Every movie's better with a crowd, despite what Jeff says, who wants to watch them at his house. Get out there, see a movie, buy your movies, you own them physically, watch those commentaries, check out those features. And that's it. That's all I got, Jeff.
Perfect, man. Thanks very much. I want to say one thing. I didn't even write this person down because I didn't think they were anybody, and now I feel bad about it. But I just looked it up. Hocus Pocus. The character's name is Thackeray Binks. That is the name of the cat. The cat is Binks. Binks the cat. But the person who plays him in Salem in the whatever when he gets turned into the cat is an actor named Sean Murray. I don't know who Sean Murray is, but I looked him up. I've never watched the TV show NCIS. He is in 492 episodes of NCIS.
Wow.
He's obviously very successful as an actor, and it's one of those things where it's like when you stumble and you're like, oh, they were on The Young and the Restless for 1,800 episodes. I'm like, yeah, they made a living doing it. So whatever, Sean Murray, congratulations. Sorry, we didn't know who you were. You would have been worth 20 points if somebody had remembered who you were. We're at the part of the show where Alex sends me an outro and I have to read it sight unseen. I didn't get any notes today from you, Alex, so I'm assuming there's no accent involved or anything like that.
There absolutely is, and it's coming at you right now. So if you recall, several weeks ago, we had the brothers Riskin on. We had Dan Riskin and his brother, and I had given you the option of choosing two outros, one in the style of Richard Attenborough, one in the style of David Attenborough, and you picked David Attenborough. So I figured, since we talked about Disclosure Day at the beginning, Jurassic Park, Steven Spielberg, I'm going to give you the Richard Attenborough one. Also, it meant that I didn't have to write a new one, which is...
I was going to say, don't they kind of sound the same, Alex?
Well, I think that's up to you, Jeff. This one is very much in the style of John Hammond from Jurassic Park. Go for it.
You should have sent me a big cane with an ember, mosquito stuck in
I can't afford to be sending you replicas. Come on.
All right. Jesus Christ. I don't even know which Attenborough's which at this point, Alex. You're so
Jeff,
inside.
You just said they sound the same, which seems offensive and mean.
I don't know. Well, they sound British
and racist.
Yeah,
I'm British. I can say whatever I want.
Are you?
Kind of, ish.
Kind of. Just do it.
All right, this is gonna be terrible. I've always believed that we shouldn't just tell people about the wonders of the world. We should let them see it, touch it, hear it, the very breath of the past. It's a bit of a gamble, I know. My accountants, they shake their heads and they talk about risk and liability, but they don't have the vision. They don't see the light in a child's eyes when they see an actual, real-life episode of Deep Cuts for the very first time. That's why we do video now, for the wonder of it. We really have spared no expense. Now, if you'll excuse me, I believe we have a batch of co-host eggs that are just about ready to hatch, and I really must be there. Deep Cuts is available anywhere you get your podcast. Be sure to give us a follow. Safe travels home, and do try to stay on the path for your own sake. Thanks, everyone. Have a good week. See you next time.